Welcome to Chartloop's sourcing and talent demo. We'll cover how you can build your pipelines for sourcing and talent acquisition. You go into Chartloop's website, and then you can log in to your account. Once you're logged into your account, you'll be have the whole menu here where you can search for companies. So the first step is to search for a company that you're looking to map out. So I'm going to press on Add Company here on the top left, and I'm going to put in a company name. So for example, if I wanted to search for Nike.com, put in their name, they pop up. It gives you a little bit of a demographic overview of their size, and then you're served with different functions that you can map out. So Chartloop has a dozen default functions like sales, marketing, engineering, and so on, and you choose one of them, and then you have the option of choosing the coverage that you want. Do you want to map them out only in the US? So I chose the marketing department at Nike. So let's say I'm interested specifically within the US. It's going to do that. And then I can choose what depth level. Am I looking to do high level? So for example, if you're doing executive recruiting, you might be looking at your C-suites or your VPs or your managers. Or if you're looking to hire, let's say a marketing operation specialist, you might want a full depth org chart so you can understand who's there at the desk level, who you can source. And then as you're selecting and deselecting the different options here, you could see that the bigger, the deeper the chart is, the more it would consume in credits. What the credits mean are API searches that we use, and I'm going to explain in a moment how our data comes together. Once you're ready, you hit create, and it takes about 4 or 5 minutes, and then it loads for you that account. Now I'm going to show you a different example just to illustrate here. So taking here BMC software. So this one is a C-suite org chart that I ran for them. As you can see here, the tag that says leadership level only and the US, right? So if I click here on their name, on this arrow, I get a little summary. First of all, their LinkedIn link, right? A little count of the all the people here in this org chart. So we can see over here we have 110 people on this chart. And the other thing I would say before going into the granular individual level is we have here a refine button. So on the company level, what's very important is oftentimes there's many companies with a very similar name, like BMC as an example. There's BMC software and so on. So here you can toggle or untoggle different options that you want. So in my case, I wanted only BMC software in Texas, and then I have people only surface from that team. And then also obviously the data is as good as it's fresh. So you can choose this button saying auto is a refresh button. So you can choose your refresh schedule, monthly, quarterly, biannually, and so on. Now going into the individual person level, so I'm looking here at the CEO level, right? So Ayman Sayad. If I click on his LinkedIn, it will take me to his LinkedIn profile. The other thing is that we have currently in a beta release is contact information. So if I click on load contacts, it's going to serve contacts that we have. It's not great, but it's going to be improved. And now, right, once I click, right, it takes me to their profile very nicely, as we can see. So he's the CEO here. Now, you can also export this. So, for example, if you wanted to look up everybody there or import their URL, so I click on the export button down here, and it gives me a few options. So I can export an Excel. I can export a PNG if I want to slap this onto a presentation or a report, or only highlight the selections. And then once I clicked on export, I'm going to show you here. I have a spreadsheet with all their names, including their LinkedIn links, their reporting hierarchy. Now, something else that I can do. Okay, so this was an example of a C-suite pull, and I'm going to show you now how we can actually annotate and reorganize things. So once you've got an org chart, you can actually tweak it some more to reflect what you're trying to create here. So for example, if you thought the hierarchy should be different, so I'm taking an example here, this HR directly reports directly into the CEO. it would change it right away. Or if I click on the right um, right-click menu, I get a whole menu here of different options of color annotations. So for example, I can highlight them in different colors, or I can mark them, oh, this is a person I've already contacted, or not. So I can build a bit of a workflow around around the people that I want to contact. So that is an example here with this C-suite org chart. I'm going to show you another functionality here around sharing this. If you wanted to share this with a colleague or a client, you can click this button here, share. It will share the exact board that you have here. They won't be able to make any changes, but rather view how, the state that you left it in. So that's over there. Now I want to skip with you into another example, which to illustrate more of a deep down org chart. So that was a C-suite org chart. So the C-suite are very broad. I'm going to show you now Korn Ferry, the RPO and recruiting outsourcing company, and here I have their marketing and sales teams. So I'm going to look at their sales team, which is quite large in this one. You see there's about 300 folks here, surfaced here. And then, like you can see, I've already started annotating things around and highlighted different people that are relevant for me. Let's say perhaps if they're candidates, or if I wanted to right-click and, say you mentioned this person was already contacted, or I met somebody, right? I can do that very easily. And what you have the ability to do here is search. So within any org charts, if you go to the top bar here, there's search or name and title. If I had search for, let's say I'm in the sales org chart, I'm looking for somebody for sales operations, so sales ops, right? How many, maybe operations is a better keyword to use here, right? So it shows me that there's 10 people with sales operation analyst, and then I can nicely zoom through all of these results, and then see exactly who those people are, see their profile, load them up, and so on. I'm going to show you one last thing here, how you can filter out the charts a bit to focus on different areas. So I'm going to remove the operations. And then now, so with Korn Ferry, if I want to look, first of all, the filters, right? I have a geography filter, and then I have the team level. So team level will indicate, am I looking at the full team, right? That's all the way down to the desk level, or am I looking for senior leaders? So that's going to be VP and up, or director level and up. So that will filter the chart that accordingly. And the other one is country filter, right? So I want to say, let's look only on people within the U.S. Or the U.K., right? It's in the U.K. They have a big presence, 64 people. Right, I could zoom in there, and then also, just like I showed you before, you can make changes. So, for example, if there's a name missing, right, I can click on Create New Block, and then I can add a name and show people exactly where they're coming from, and their title. Let's say VP Sales. And then sales leader. So that will right, I guess. So then once I added a name, then I can choose exactly where I wanted to put them in the hierarchy. So I can do that. And also in terms of, once you look, so bigger boxes, as you can see here, have many names in them. So people at the same level, if you click into this, you can see a whole preview of them. You can also, if you have a box and you wanted to edit it, I can click on edit block. Then I can either remove people if I wanted to delete anybody, or I wanted to unlink them so I can actually place them elsewhere in this chart, right? So this Gavin Harvey, let's say I want to say he reports right into the VP of Service Assessment Services, EMEA, right? So I did that little tweak over there. So that is in terms of creating a chart, searching it, pretty much all the functionality. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is how we actually come up with the data. So our data methodology is based on several data partners and search engines that we use. When you query a name of a company and the function, so let's say Corn Ferry Sales or Nike Marketing, is going to query all the people with those names across those different sources of ours, and then it goes through a transformation, so cleansing, first of all, on a company name level, right? There are many Nikes and Nike false positive Nikes that it removes. Then on the individual level, ensuring that you have the right title there, and then using a taxonomy basing on things like their title and their name, we create this taxonomy, which then you can come in right and then make some annotations. You can do dragging and dropping, adding, and so on to refine your results. So this is a little overview of our abilities for the sourcing professionals. Hope this was helpful. Please be in touch with any questions or thoughts as you're using Chartloop.